Finalists. I'm your host, Robin Neal, and I'm here with beauty influencer, Tavaris. If you cannot tell the beauty right here and right now, I don't even know, like clear up your screens because this is going to be a good conversation. Fun, light, where you get to know a little bit more about not just Tavaris, but also the nomination, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. So are you ready to get this thing started?
I am ready to get this started.
When did you yourself know, like, yeah, I'm cold at this. Like, I can be the face.
Okay. Now, I knew I was really cold at this when I literally got to college. When I got to college, I was like, yo, everybody keeps complimenting me on my makeup. And I was like, maybe I should start doing makeup on other people because like everybody's complimenting me. The girls are complimenting me, even some guys. So I was like, okay, this is something serious. So I started doing clients on my best friends in college and they were just gagged. Like they were gagged. When we went out, people were like,
show stopping.
Right. Show stopping, mouth dropping. And they would always say, who did your makeup? And it was me. And they're always like, him. And I'm like, so everybody just started coming to me. And that's when I really knew, like my freshman year of college, I just knew right then and there, I was like, makeup might be it for me. And I think it seriously became something I was loving is when I became a junior in college. And I said, I don't know if I want to still do this anymore. You know, I was kind of confused about where I wanted to go in my life. And I was a communications major, but more so than anything, makeup took over my time consistently. So I was like, I'm getting pulled away from school and getting pulled more into artistry. And I just knew from then, I was like, I have to start uploading on platforms. And I remember Fenty first dropped. And I went to go get the Fenty foundation. I remember I said, I'm going to post a video. I'm going to show people I could do makeup. And when I post the video, it literally started going viral.
Nice.
Okay, so I guess this is really what God is telling me to do. Because I'm like, you know, you should follow your heart. Your heart is always going to lead you in the right direction if you're truly being authentic with yourself and not shying away from what you are great at. And I didn't shy away from it. I said, you know what? If God is telling me makeup is a thing, I'm going to do it. And ever since then, I've just been doing makeup.
Now things have changed with social media. Before, everyone felt like, all right, you have to graduate high school. Then you go on to college. Then once you graduate from college, you go on into the real world. But now you don't have to do that. And you realize that while you were in school. So how has life been for you since making this decision not to finish school and like really truly go pursue your passion?
In the beginning, it was tough. I feel like when you don't have, you know, it's not a curriculum with what I do. You know, there's no curriculum. There's no rubric of like, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. So it's very challenging in the beginning because you don't know where to go. You don't know which way to turn, and not having management behind you also can be a discouraging thing because you don't know the ins and outs of the beauty world. And I felt like, you know, if this is something I'm meant to do, I have to just step out on it and just say what is going to happen. So literally my senior year, I didn't go back to school and I freelanced for 1 year. I said, I want to get my cake up. Me and my boyfriend was like, we're going to save and stuff like that. So we saved money because I already told him initially I wanted to move to LA. So we moved to LA 2019, right before the pandemic.
Okay.
And I got a manager literally the month after we moved. And my world has just continuously propelled. Like working with all the brands that I never thought I would work with, being featured in things that I would never thought I'd be featured in. It's so surreal. I think for me, more so than anything, is believing in myself. You know, I feel like a lot of times, especially being Black, you don't have people that look like you in media all the time. And when you don't have people that don't look like you kind of like, well, is a space open for me? And I felt like, I needed to create a space for people to feel welcomed. And I feel like I have done that. I know I have done it. Not even feel, I know I've done that because
stand on it.
Right. And so many guys have told me, you have helped me since you started this. And I know I started social media, like when I told you the Fenty drop, but I feel like my career really started once I moved to California. Literally, 2019, February is literally where my career for me just propelled. And I didn't look back and I didn't feel sorry anymore for not having somebody to look like me, because I was going to be that representation for somebody else.
You said once you got to LA, your life really changed and it started to be very uphill. In what ways did it change for you?
Financially, it changed immediately, because I literally went from, doing makeup on clients, and the face were like $50 to $65 in Charlotte. And when I came here, I stopped doing freelance, and my first gig was $2,000. And I was like, whoa, hold on.
Real dollars.
I don't need to do anybody face anymore and literally focus on me, because I felt then, I was like, well, brands want to work with me and pay me my worth. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I wasn't getting paid my worth doing clientele makeup, but I felt like it was more. It was another calling for me to answer. And when I answered it, I was like, well, I guess this 2000 at that moment is the thing for me. So ever since then, that was my first gig ever. And it was with Urban Decay. And it was amazing.
To make sure that you don't miss out on social media's biggest night, follow American Influencer Awards on all of our social media channels. And Tavaris, where can they follow you if they want to find a good tutorial on how to do their eyebrows, their lips, like whatever it is that you're giving, where can they find you?
You all can find me at Vari J Styles. It's a Z at the end of Styles instead of an S. VARIJSTYLEZ. Vari J Styles. That's me on everything.
Oh, one-stop shop. We're also going to put that down below so there is no confusion. I'm going to make sure we have the Z on the end so they know that they're finding you, the one, the only. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been absolutely great. I'm your host, Robin Neal, signing off with the wonderful beauty influencer, Tavaris.
Thank you so much, Robin.